The most common question I'm getting from investors right now is, should we be jumping into the market right now? Should we be buying right now? And how much more adjustment will there be in values? When we look at the activity that's taking place in the marketplace, what most people think of when you say activity is transactions or sales. When from our perspective, we're looking at it in a more fundamental level. We're really looking at the number of BOVs that we're doing and the number of CAs and the number of showings that we're doing. I think when you look at the number of BOVs that we've been doing and the number of buyers that are really assessing the current value of their assets, I feel that the number of deals coming to market, the number of transactions that are going to go under contract and close is going to increase substantially. So when you look at the drop-off in transaction velocity over the past 14, 16 months, it was caused by an increase in interest rates. So as interest rates continue to increase, then buyer assessment of value and seller assessment of value also widened. That's the bid-ask spread that we talk about so much. What has happened is, as we've gone into 2023, the number of rate increases has decreased and the size of the rate increases has decreased. So as a result, there is less disconnect or continued disconnect in the marketplace. That bid-ask spread now has come in, and it's come in from both buyer and seller. Buyers are understanding the value of the real estate a little bit better, and sellers are understanding the value of the real estate a little bit better, and they're getting much closer to that middle ground or that common place where they're going to be able to agree on what that value is. And as a result of that, combined with the amount of fundamental activity that we've seen increase over the past 90 days, we're looking at the fourth quarter and feeling pretty confident that the amount of transaction velocity and the number of closings we're going to see in the marketplace will increase substantially. I see an opportunity right now in the marketplace for buyers, and it's an opportunity I don't think everybody fully grasps. The number of buyers in the marketplace right now is still somewhat limited. As a result, those buyers that are active are able to negotiate deals without an enormous amount of competition. Now, we all know there's tremendous funds on the sidelines waiting for the right opportunity to jump back into the market. And once that happens, that is going to create a much more competitive bidding environment for properties that are placed on the market. As I talk to investors who are selling in today's market and understanding their motivation to sell in today's market, there's a couple of different factors that are influencing it. One of them is that we've had substantial uncertainty over the past couple of years with underwriting, and especially on the expense side, taxes, insurance, utilities. It seems that that has calmed down some. There's less uncertainty now than there has been in the past. So as a result, many of those sellers are looking at the value of their real estate and feeling comfortable that, okay, now I understand where that value really is. Looking ahead, we know the number of properties that are going to be coming to market is going to increase. We know that simply from our BOV activity and our conversations with owners. We also know that the number of buyers in the marketplace is increasing and will continue to increase just from our conversations. So as we go into the fourth quarter of this year, the number of transactions inevitably is going to increase. The number of closings is also going to increase by quite a bit. What we don't know, and one of the factors that we have to continue to monitor, is interest rates, which is still a little bit of an uncertainty, but overall, I'm very optimistic about what I see in the horizon.